trashiest wedding you've ever attended? It was a co-worker of my then-husband, a really pretty girl marrying her hard-partying boyfriend. They were both hard-partying, to be fair. A few days before the wedding, she mentioned that they had forgotten to hire a musician. I happened to have a good friend with a pretty great band, and I got them hooked up. The bride was super appreciative and decided I was her best friend. She invites me out for a celebratory drink and then tries to make out with me in the parking lot. She's hot and I'm bi, but I'm also married and she's my husband's co-worker. I exit gracefully and decide it's just because she was drunk, has wedding nerves. Fast forward to the wedding. Us guests all arrive in a public town square gazebo where the ceremony is to take place. We all wait and wait and wait. The musician, the minister, and about 60 guests just standing around hoping they show. They finally arrive, and both bride and groom are shit-faced. They are accompanied by the office manager who has stepped into a mother role for the bride, though the bride's parents are alive and present, and is paying for the entire ordeal. The office manager is sobbing. We find out later they were late because the bride could not find her passport, and in a drunken rage started berating the office manager for being worthless in her efforts to help her pack for her honeymoon. The ceremony is rather uneventful, and everyone walks to a local restaurant on the town square where we will have a sit-down dinner and reception. Full open bar, of course. Everyone just mills around and chats while we are waiting for dinner, except for the bride who is taking shots with the bar staff. Dinner is served and we all take our assigned seats. As they are bringing salads, the bride plops down between my husband and I. She asks if we're swingers. I inform her that we are not, and she starts loudly telling us that it's a good thing because she and her new husband had a threesome just recently, and now she can't get the image of him fucking this other girl out of her brain. She is getting really worked up and giving us graphic details of the encounter. The office manager whisks her away, and we don't see her again for the rest of the meal. After dinner, people started dancing. I was out on the dance floor with a few friends, and here comes the bride. She drags me away and starts rubbing and grinding on me. Every time I try to gracefully maneuver elsewhere, she finds me and starts rubbing on me again. The pinnacle of the dancing was when she walked over to her own wedding cake, removed her boob from her dress, dipped it in the frosting, and came over and asked me to lick it off. I declined, and her new husband swooped in for the honors. At that point, both her parents and the office manager left in disgust. My husband and I, along with some friends, headed on out at that point. We went a few doors down to a bar to play a few rounds of pool and get some space from the craziness. But our plan was foiled when crazy followed us. I was leaning forward, about to take a shot, when the bride literally grabbed my crotch from behind. She was swaying at this point and barely coherent. She had a change of clothes with her and asked me to help her get changed. I was honestly afraid to leave her in the bathroom alone, so I agreed to help. This led to her fingering herself in front of me, offering me a taste, and then shoving her garter down my bra. She then walked into the men's room and found her new husband, enjoying a few lines of coke with the guys. This led to her screaming wildly, throwing anything not nailed down, and accusing her husband of cheating on her with the chick from the threesome. I had enough and left at this point. We asked the bar to please call them a cab and went on home. The whole night was completely surreal. A few days later, I was hanging out with my musician friend who played at the wedding. He was looking really uncomfortable and finally came clean that the bride kept requesting songs by taking her boobs out and saying, please, and had slipped him her number as a thank you, just all around classy.